If you have ever questioned if God is so good, why he allows bad things to happen, or maybe you've been wavering in your faith because you still have so many unanswered questions, I need you to watch this to the end. This is a video that has been going viral. And when I tell you, it spoke to my entire soul. If you are a child of God, it will do the same for you as well.
Do you guys want to know how actually mind-blowing Jesus Christ is? Or that you start reading the Bible for yourself, the cooler it gets. And the deeper you go, the more that you understand how layered and intentional it is. It's very wild. So before I learned about the Bible, I really started reading it for myself. The main things that I knew were like the generic ones, like the miracles, the walking on water, raising Lazarus, the sermons, the crowds. But what isn't talked about enough is the fact that the Son of God spent 30 years waking up, going to work, eating dinner, helping his family, 30 years of living an ordinary life. When you slow down and you really think about that, it might rearrange your brain, because think about the incarnation itself. In the Bible, it says that Jesus emptied himself and took form of a servant, okay? So the word emptied doesn't mean that he stopped being God. It just means that he voluntarily refrained from independently using divine privilege. And when you wrap your head around that and you think about it, the eternal word through whom the universe was spoken into existence chose limitation. The creator entered his own creation as a baby who needed to be fed. A regular person, he could have easily descended as a fully formed king with a sword in his hand, a palace, acquiring literally anything that he would ever want in this world. But instead, he entered through a womb. Isn't that amazing? He chose to go through fetal development. He went through birth, he went through infancy, learning to walk, learning to talk. God didn't bypass humanity, he inhabited it. And then almost nothing is recorded for 30 years. We get the birth narrative in Matthew and Luke, and then we get one moment of him when he was 12. And then after that, it's silence. Do you understand what that means? The Son of God spent about 90% of his life on earth just living in obscurity. No platform, no sermons, no recorded miracles, 30 years hidden. And then he spent 3 years in public. That should absolutely disrupt your obsession with immediacy. Because if the Son of God did not bypass preparation, why do you think you should? Why do I think I should? And then there's that moment when Jesus was 12 at the temple. It says that he's sitting among the teachers and he's listening and he's asking questions, and they're just kind of amazed at his understanding, but he's asking them questions. He literally grew into wisdom. Think about it like this. He walked around operating omniscience in his human consciousness at every second, then he wouldn't actually be experiencing humanity. He would just be pretending. But he wasn't pretending. He chose to live in real dependence. He chose to live life like a regular person. The one who wrote the law submits to human authority. That is true restraint. That is what having patience means. That is a relational obedience that just blows my mind. He chose to spend his years working as a carpenter, doing manual labor and working with his hands. It's incredible. The one who structured the universe decided to come up in here and build tables. Instead of a palace, instead of a life filled with servants who could accommodate his every need, he chose to have splinters and calluses on his hands and to sweat and to work really hard like us regular folks. The moral that I realize here is that if Jesus, the Son of God, chose decades of quiet formation before visible influence, maybe the seasons in our lives that feel very unimpressive right now are not wasted. Maybe it's just the architecture. If you are someone who struggles with pride, really think about that for a second, because if Jesus did all of that, what does that say about your pride? What does that say about you and me? The pride that we usually have makes us think that we already know. But when you have humility, you understand that it means you're still becoming. And Jesus is the perfect example of what it means to model becoming. Just because he has divinity, it didn't make him want to bypass growth. It made him willing to walk through it like us. The more you study Jesus, the more you realize that having faith in him is not a shallow faith. God is very intentional and he is very layered. And let me tell you something, if you are someone who feels like you're behind, or if you feel like you're waiting for timing that just hasn't happened yet, and it feels like so much time is passing, God is way less interested in how fast you rise, and he is more interested in who you become before you do.